Hi guys, welcome to Office Blokes React. I'm Office Bloke Dave.
I'm Office Bloke Mike.
I'm Office Bloke Daz.
We were just talking about Office Bloke Mike's hearing aids, weren't we?
And the people that work with him as well, all his aides.
Yep. All his helpers. The most expensive home in the world, $250 million.
Wow.
It's a lot of money.
Wasn't
We're talking proper homes here. We're not talking like Buckingham Palace, are we, or anything like that?
Well,
We're talking like a.
Well, it's a house. That's someone's house.
I suppose it is, but you know, it's
Charles
a
was
palace.
there.
Wasn't the Indian one $1 billion though? You know
No.
that, was that not $1 billion? Am I
I've
making
got a
that
feeling
up?
it was 35 million.
Right.
Yeah,
You know,
I'm
something
not
like
sure.
that.
The one in
You know which
Mumbai,
one I
was
think?
it?
One in Mumbai,
yeah,
yeah.
the one that's
One
like
that was like,
Yeah, but
it's
it's
like a
different
Jenga
levels.
tower.
Yeah.
It looks weird. Done.
Where do you think this could be?
It's
Most
gonna-
expensive home in the world.
I don't know.
250 mil.
Manhattan.
That's
in
what
the
I was
US.
going to say. Manhattan.
Yeah, because of
Yeah.
how prices there for land anyway.
Yeah.
It could
Yeah.
be.
Yeah,
Could
if you-
be.
if you
Beverly
get
Hills, maybe. I don't know.
He looks quite high up.
right at the top of one of the most prominent buildings, and if you've got like a
Some sort
quadplex
of-
or something with the roof,
Some sort of penthouse.
yeah, looking over the Central
apartment.
Park.
Yeah, well, that Central Park
Could
area
be.
there is called Billionaires Row, isn't it? Where
Is
there's
it?
high rises.
Right,
I
okay.
mean, I know there's loads of high rises
Yeah.
in Manhattan, but there's like a row, like all in the wall, so like
Yeah.
just
There's a
outside
lot
Central
of
Park.
a lot of pricey ones in London as well, though, isn't there?
Yeah.
Maybe not that. Don't think that much, but I mean, getting to your Kensingtons and places like that.
Yeah.
Chelsea can be pretty expensive.
I think there you'd be more of an estate, wouldn't you, rather than just a home?
Yeah.
For that
Yeah.
sort of money, I mean.
Yeah,
Let's
it's a
find
big
out
money.
though.
Yeah.
The most expensive home in the world, $250 million.
This is the most expensive home in the world at $250 million. It's also the tallest residential building in the world, to the point where you could actually see the curvature of the earth
Look at that.
right from your living room. And today, you'll get to see exactly what it's like to
Curvature?
live here in the heart of New York City.
Curvature? What does he mean?
He means how the disc is.
Can you see the wall?
Circular.
The
like
ice
that.
wall.
Yeah, with the ice wall around it.
at Central Park Tower.
This is the penthouse. It's the highest residential home on the planet. So you're looking up towards the Adirondack Mountains, right? So you're basically looking up towards the horizon of upstate New York. That's the George Washington Bridge. Looks really,
What a
really
view.
small here. You know,
Yeah.
just playing piano here. You're looking to the right. You're looking at upstate New York, and you're looking to the left, and you're waving down at the Statue of Liberty. You have Lower Manhattan. But this is the grand salon. Upstairs is mostly our bedroom floors, so like the family floor. And then the top floor is your entertaining floor. You know, you have a ballroom that is equivalent to the size of a full NBA court, basketball court. And then the outdoor space, you got the chef's kitchen, you've got all the security and everything.
So what makes the property so expensive?
The comparable sales mostly, right? We're asking just over $14,000 a square foot, not including the exterior here. The most recent large penthouse on Billionaires Row just sold below us at a building in front of us for $20,000 a square foot. So as we look at the comps, we're over $5,000 a square foot less expensive. And then you also look at replacement costs. Took $3 billion to get to this place. It's something people don't really realize, because like, you and I are walking through this apartment, it's fully furnished, it's beautiful, it's great. Like this, to get to this point took almost 2 decades. So when you think about the price point, it's not just, okay, this apartment that's in the air with these views, it's the amount of time that went into assembling the different lots over here with the developer, the amount of effort that went into getting us here. Like there's 360 million pounds of concrete. There's a part of the value that goes into, will that ever be replaced? And sure, could someone do another huge tower somewhere else in the city? Yes, I mean, not in front of us. Your views are protected, right? We're on the park. But with cost, I mean, everything's just gonna get more and more and more expensive. So this is the dining area. Again, it could be whatever you want.
It looks absolutely
art.
stunning.
Yeah. You're selling that table on eBay and someone come and pick it up. Getting that in the lift.
Yeah, pop one of the windows out, get a crane. It probably has been craned in, a lot of it, hasn't it?
It would be a hell of a bloody crane. They'll get it
Would
up
be,
there.
wouldn't it?
Jeez.
I wouldn't like to live that high up, personally. It looks stunning, and what a view. I'd like to spend time there, but not live there.
I'd be all over that.
Oh, you'd never get anything done. You'd be just looking out the window like that all the time, wouldn't you? What a view, though. I mean, you might be right. We'll just do crane stuff up, actually, because look at that mirror as well. That can't come in like loads of different pieces, can it?
There probably is a service elevator that's like, you know, gigantic compared to the other ones.
I think
or
maybe
something.
there is, but
Yeah, the removal men saying, how many flights of stairs is there?
Yeah.
Amazon delivery guy.
Yeah, sorry, lift's out today.
Just staring up going, oh, the lift's broke. Yeah.
Yeah, it is
Yeah,
stunning.
stunning.
It's
It is
absolutely
beautiful.
stunning. I just like to be closer to the ground. That's all. I'm not afraid of heights. I actually enjoy heights quite a lot, but just not for
You
living.
never get sick of looking out the windows
I
either, would you?
went to a guy's
It's
house. I went to a guy's house who overlooked Central Park. We were doing work with one of his customers, sort of thing, and he got invited to his house. And he was an English guy, lived just round here actually in Hale Barnes. And he said, "Do you want some of this wine, Darren?" So I'm like, "Yeah, love red wine," sort of thing. He's like, "Oh," shows me the bottle and all. I'm thinking, "Yeah, it's an expensive bottle of wine, this," sort of thing.
Yeah.
He's like, "Right," and he gets it, and he goes. He's pouring it like that across the table. Fucking not going in the glass.
Really?
Fucking all over the table. He went, "Is that going in the glass?" I went, "No."
Was it an expensive
Yeah.
one?
Oh, dear me. Wow.
Dickhead.
Everyone on the table going,
I just moved the glass over like that.
Just squeezing the cloth out in your cup.
Floor-to-ceiling windows all the way through. You're watching the ball drop in Times Square while you're having dinner. It is right there. We are on top of it.
It's so close.
It's right there. I mean, our team literally was in here at New Year's getting the footage,
Are you
and it was
serious?
nuts. Times Square was full. It was crazy. Yeah, it's like you're right here leading down towards Broadway, and you're basically watching Manhattan grow. And the original towers, I mean, that's the Empire State Building. See that little guy?
Yeah.
That's Empire State.
That tiny thing?
That little person over there, that's
my
that's
gosh.
the Chrysler Building, MetLife. You've got the Summit, One Vanderbilt. That's all of Hudson Yards. The person who can afford a $250 million home is a multi-billionaire, and so it'll be a multi-billionaire trophy real estate collector and investor. They probably have multiple other homes around the world, and they want to own the highest residential home on the planet, and definitely the single greatest trophy asset in New York City.
So how do you prevent the building from swaying since we're so tall?
So a couple different ways. Think about a sailboat, right?
Yeah.
If you see a sailboat, you kind of have that keel underneath, and so that prevents the boat, for the most part, from flipping over, right, when it's just sitting there or in waves. So a building like this has what's called a damper. So it's a massive, massive, massive counterweight that's up towards the top of the building that counters the movement of the earth and the movement of wind. And so in this building, it's the largest damper in the world. It's about 1,200 tons. So this is kitchen number one.
Okay. How,
Right.
how many
1,200
kitchens?
tons.
Of two. So there's a family kitchen,
Okay.
and then you have a catering kitchen. That's a fully built chef's kitchen, everything,
okay.
like speed dishwashers and all of that. So the interiors of this apartment were done by.
This is mint, isn't it?
it
Yeah,
really
amazing.
is.
Absolutely incredible.
$250 million. I don't want to hear you talk about the dishwashers, though. I
think
don't
just
give
pointed
a
out that
shit
it's
about the
it's a
dishwashers.
chef's- It's a chef's
Yeah.
kitchen.
That's
If
like
you can
let-
afford this, you've got your own chefs. haven't you?
Precisely.
Yeah.
But
Ain't dicking about.
if the chefs have to wash the pots by hand or do use a dish, don't care. It's $250 million. You know what I mean?
Imagine getting in the lift and going like, "You press 184 for me, please, mate." And then someone gets in and is like 2, 7, 9, 5, 18.
And then as someone's stepping out, they go
Lean on it like I did.
All of them.
every single button.
Yeah, I'm sure they got their own elevator.
Yeah. You've got to have. You can't have anyone going up to your front door there.
Yeah, I wouldn't have
no,
thought
no,
so.
no.
No, it'd be private.
by Retet Studios. And so all the finishes are custom, everything slabs from Italy, you name it. The architecture is Adrian Smith and Gordon Gill. They're famous for doing some of the tallest towers in the
Size of
world.
that cooker in the
get the
background.
Yeah.
Size of the
It's like I
sink.
get every listing. I
Have a bath in
beg
there.
and I
Yeah, no,
plead
yeah.
and I cry and I kick and I scream until I get it. No, I've built a brand over 15 years of selling some of the most expensive and luxurious homes in the world, from $20 million to $150 million. And so when this was about to come on, the developer, who I've known for a long time, reached out to me and said, "I have something I want to show you." And said, "Do you think you can sell it?" I said, "Yes, but it won't be quiet." And he said, "Okay." So this is the breakfast room.
Okay.
So you've got these beautiful stone floors, extra high ceilings. You've got exposures, everywhere, right? So that's New Jersey. You can see much, much further than New Jersey, but it's pretty insane. Again, from breakfast, you could just be sitting here with a cup of coffee all day long if you want, and you'll watch the sun rise, go over the city, and then set.
You definitely have a telescope and sort of a camera that's got a crazy lens on it, because
Yeah.
the sort of shots you could get there. I'm not talking about people whatsoever.
No, then.
I don't give a shit about people. I'm just thinking the way it's going to change over the seasons, and if New York's covered in snow and things like that. From that, no one else is getting that view.
No,
are
you
they?
can see all sorts.
New York's
wouldn't you?
covered in
Yeah.
snow and the cloud. You might be above the cloud there.
Oh, interesting.
Ah.
Then you
I
can
imagine as many times you wake up and there's cloud coverage underneath you.
even that'd
Yeah,
be
yes,
amazing
yeah.
to
That'd
see.
be great as well, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Wow.
Without ever having to move. This is the receiving room, the reception room. As the entrance predominantly is going to be right there, kind of where we started. You open the door, the first thing you see is Central Park is your runway.
I'm gonna take a. So scared.
But you can see down. You can see down to the rink.
That's what I'd be
and
like.
everything. There's a private restaurant in this building just for unit owners.
Yeah.
And it's on the 100th floor. It's called 10 Cubed. It's the only 100th floor club
wow.
in the United States. And so you have dinner like right here, 1,000 feet in the air.
See the cigars.
I need to try and get in there. That's my next mission.
That
See if
looks
we can get an
really,
invite.
really good, doesn't it?
Someone must know someone who lives in there who can get me an invite.
If it's
Must do.
if it's for the whole building, is it that
No,
restaurant?
no, it's
Only
just for-
residents.
residents of that building.
Yeah.
How many?
Was it off a certain block, certain height or something?
Go
that
back
could
and
go
see.
in there, I think.
Floor. It's called 10 Cubed. It's
Bit more.
You could see down to the rink and everything. There's
Yeah.
a private restaurant in this building just for unit owners.
Yeah.
And it's on the
Unit
100th
owners.
floor. It's called 10
Right.
Cubed. It's the only 100th floor club in the United States. And so you have dinner like right here, 1,000 feet in the air.
Yeah.
It's pretty nuts. And you can see the fog starting to burn out over there.
see
You can
it.
see the river is really, really blue right now.
Is the club open to the public
No.
or just people in the building?
Everything's just open for the building.
Really?
Yeah, you have multiple swimming pools. I mean, there's thousands and thousands of square feet of amenities just for the building. There's a full-on spa, basketball court,
Wow.
fitness center. There's a movie theater, business center, children's playroom. I
Do I have to
it's-
leave?
So when you're going to the club, it's just your
Wow.
neighbors. That's
Yeah,
it.
I mean, think about a country club.
Right.
Like if you're at a country club, you have dinner there. You could bring guests,
Wow.
but people aren't driving in off the street to come pick up a steak. The amenity package.
Yeah, that,
you
you
can
can bring
bring
guests.
Oh, I heard
there
that. I've got to get in there. Someone must know someone.
Facilities there look absolutely incredible, don't
Come on, hit me up. Someone must know
Really?
someone. I'll
Oh,
fly
man.
over and we'll get in there.
I'm fairly certain that they've banned smoking in workplaces in New York, haven't they?
I don't know.
I was looking at that walk-in humidor, and then I'm thinking, is there a section where you can smoke at that,
balcony,
that
yeah.
bar and restaurant?
It'd be outside somewhere, won't it? I'm sure.
On the 100th floor, though, is there going to be a balcony sticking out?
Well, the Hudson Yards has one. I don't know what floor that's on. I've been on that one, the edge.
Yeah.
Just wondering if maybe there's a loophole with it being a private members club that you can.
Probably.
There's a smoking room there or
could
something.
be. Yeah, could be.
Maybe.
You know, middle of winter in New York, 1,000 foot in the air. You're not going to want to be on a balcony smoking
Well,
a
the Dakota has a has a little room that you can smoke in, but it's like an outdoor,
I've been-
indoor.
Yeah.
I've met you there.
Yeah,
once.
that's right. Yeah. It's like an indoor bit of an outdoor
Yeah,
area.
yeah,
if that makes
yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
In this building is also another big reason that people buy here, because it's unlike anything I've ever seen in a residential building, especially in the United States. It has everything from the private club we talked about on the 100th floor. So it's a restaurant, a menu catered by 3 separate Michelin star chefs, the cigar room, the conference rooms,
There you go.
the lounge that's there. You could have a wedding, you could have holiday events, everything. And there's just a lot more, but those are the main ones. So this is your desk. Have a seat. This is you. You could be sitting here. You could be doing your show and everything
Wow.
here, and then that's your view.
I could get used to this.
Size of
Yeah.
desk.
Yeah.
Make sure to subscribe. How much do you spend on marketing personally for a property like this?
An amazing amount of money. We are probably going to be around $100,000 out of pocket for this, not including the time, right? The content, the staffing and payroll of our team that spends a lot of time here.
What's the craziest thing that you've done to sell a listing?
You know, I hired a marching band to surround a townhouse once to drown out the noise so that we.
Thing is with that, you've not got many potential clients, have you?
No.
It's a small pool, isn't
It's a
it?
small pool, and
Yeah.
I think if you're selling houses at 250 million, 250 million, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. you must have a portfolio of people you can just pick up the phone to without having to advertise.
You would think so, wouldn't you?
And just sort of like say, listen, this just giving you a heads up.
Or just
this
let
is
their people know.
Let the people, these are coming on. This is going to
Yeah.
come on the market.
Yeah.
Here's the. I mean, obviously you have some kind of brochure or some kind of thing to do it, and that's going to cost quite a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't know whether it's 100 grand's worth or not. I don't know. I'm not in that industry.
Yeah.
But it's it's one of them where you'd probably be able to make 2 or 3 calls and that's sold. I think.
You'd think so, wouldn't you? Especially something so exclusive like that. There'd be so many people thinking, I want that one.
Like you said, there's a small pool of people to choose from, and some people might just go, you get some crazy, someone that's worth hundreds of billions, and they go in and go, that's grey. I don't like grey. You don't know. We think like we think, but we
Listen,
don't
if
think
someone
like
can
the-
afford that, they just get it redecorated, mate.
I know that, but
Really
for some people,
Put an advert on Facebook looking for a
Yeah.
painter. Anyone recommend?
so some of these like the richest people on earth may just not want the hassle of things like that, and it's just, you know what I mean? If they could look at,
I don't know, because they have people that do stuff for them, don't they? They
Yeah,
just-
but
Most
how
of
many?
the billionaires around the world have like a hub in the USA.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And more than likely with that kind of dough, it's going to be either Los Angeles or it's going to be New York, isn't it?
yeah.
and they travel, don't they? They're not there
And more
all
than
the
that,
time,
it's
are
probably
they?
going to be New York, and then they've
Yeah.
got the house in Singapore and the house in
Yeah.
different
London, Paris,
Yeah,
stuff
correct.
like that. Yeah.
And I think when you look at some of these sheikhs over there, they look at it and they probably think, I can get like
Pocket change.
Yeah, pocket change as well. But they look at it and think I can get like
All sorts of
450
people. eh?
strippers in there and put a pole in there and something over there and a stage in there. We've got the
Really?
ballroom. Yeah,
Can we all chip in? Do you think we could scrape together 250 million?
just saying.
We can be 3 of the strippers if you want.
Possibly. Only if we can get in that restaurant on the 100th floor. Is it halal?
Everyone's got a price.
We could sell that house, and we sold it for $8 million. Right. So now this is actually a really, really special feat of engineering. This is a 50-foot glass atrium. And so how do you carry it up 3 floors without actually anchoring it into the facade? So it's anchored into the columns and then reinforced back into the floors as you go up. And so it's weaving more than anything else. So this whole wing that's on the park is your primary suite. You have 2 separate bathrooms. Gorgeous, obviously, everything book matched. You've got the floating tub here that's floating literally. I think this is probably the highest residential bathtub on earth. Like, it's like everything is a first here. And then this is your primary bedroom.
Wow.
Got your full seating area. So this is the view
That's
you
what I
wake up
said.
to.
Yeah.
At this point, you're kind of like, all right.
Gosh. This would be fun with a laser pointer. And just
I don't know. Would it
It's
make
probably
it that
so-
far?
It would.
Yeah.
You could wreak havoc
Yeah.
from up here.
Yeah. I work just.
It'd be so hard to get out of bed there, wouldn't it? With the curtains open and a nice, beautiful sunrise, the sun coming in.
That's what I mean. You'd just be
Just
mesmerised,
lay there,
wouldn't you,
just
all day?
looking at it.
If I had that kind of money, I wouldn't last long. just things that's going through my head. I'm just like, nah. I'd have about a week worth of life.
Yeah, you won't
And then
just
it'd be gone.
You won't just be lying in bed looking at the view.
Nah. I'd have a swing in there and everything.
What if you lay there getting fed grapes by loads of naked strippers though on the bed while you're looking?
That's what I'm
at
saying.
the
I
sunlight?
can't do that 24 hours a day that I'd want.
That's healthy.
I wouldn't,
It's
I wouldn't
fruit.
leave long. I wouldn't leave long. Put it and turn it into wine and all that shit. I wouldn't last long. I just know I wouldn't. I'd be done. I'd be just.
You'd have to be very disciplined to not be done. Anyone would be when
Well, I
it's just
couldn't.
limitless cash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In that environment, I'm talking about this environment as well.
Yeah. Oh,
No,
it's
it's
mind
just
blowing, isn't
yeah.
it? Absolutely stunning place.
But imagine say you don't want to go to that members only bar, you want to go into.
Yeah, I would be though. I'd have my own seat in there
No,
at the bar.
have a
I'd just be probably spend more time in there than I would in the room.
But if you wanted to go into New York, for example, to go to like a nice swanky restaurant or something, you'd be like, I can't be arsed. I've got to go down like 100 and odd floors.
Probably takes about 8 seconds.
It'd take me 15 minutes to
quick,
get out of the
won't it,
building.
yeah.
Yeah, but the Burj Khalifa is. I think the Burj Khalifa is the tallest building in the world, and that's residential as well.
Is it?
Yeah,
That's what I was springing to mind before the Burj
Yeah.
Khalifa, but then I thought you might know, but is the residential only a certain height, then,
yeah.
and then it's all
I'm sure there's something.
offices above, I don't know,
I
maybe
mean,
it is.
I've been to like the viewing deck, and I can't. It was ages ago. I can't remember what the setup was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm sure one of the sheikhs has got something at the top.
That's what you think,
Got
wouldn't you?
It's all bragging rights. When you've got this kind of money, it's bragging rights.
Of course it is. Yeah.
The only thing that I'd be comfortable living there is if I could have a couple of parachutes as well, just to be safe.
You can buy a parachute.
Yeah, no.
Got to
I know,
go
but
outdoors. They
no,
probably sell parachutes.
No, to use it as well. But I'm just saying, like, you know, God forbid you ended up with like a horrible situation again where a building was on fire or something like that. I'd need to know I can just jump off the balcony and I've got a 50-50 chance of making it. There was a balcony.
Was there?
Yeah. Yeah, there was they showed like there was the full width of the building, and then this, I guess, that they're selling was a little bit back, wasn't it? And then up, and it looked like there was a balcony.
Oh, okay.
I think I'd take my chances with the fire brigade.
Same.
I think.
Yeah. I'd just be like, just going to go. The building's
to the
blazing. I'd be
bar.
like, is that bar open?
The finest cognac anyone's ever made with a cigar and just sit there and
Do you know, I wonder if you have to go all the way down, though, to go all the way back up to the 100th floor? That'd be a ball ache.
No, surely not.
yeah. I
Surely
wonder.
not.
I wonder if it makes a stop on the, you know, on certain floors.
If it's got doors for it. Yeah, maybe.
Oh,
Get that far?
It would. You could wreak havoc from up here.
Yeah. I work just as much, honestly. I've tried to figure out ways to work less, but then I just end up doing more. And then you have higher quality work, higher quality problems as you kind of progress in your career. And so, and the stakes become so much higher. You know, so when I started, I was working 7 days a week all the time, but the stakes were, if I don't rent an apartment and get a commission, I might not be able to pay my rent. Now it's, I have my own company. I have, you know, almost 350 people now that depend on me. You know, I've got to pay payrolls, and there's taxes and consequences and risk. And so now I got to work extra hard in my mind to keep it up and to build it and to grow it. So it's just a different type of work, but the work ethic hasn't changed. All right, so after you, we'll go up to the 131st floor. We're going to 1,416 feet above the streets of New York City. And without further ado, the highest private ballroom on earth.
Oh my gosh.
So this is 2,000 square feet.
Window
You have the
cleaner just getting
same
up. Oh,
yeah.
27-foot
Maybe it's
ceilings.
just still with the
When we
mirror.
first listed this, I guess 2 months ago or
maybe.
so,
Yeah.
I had a 100-person plated dinner in here, and it was like it was empty because the room is so big. It's hard to see because it's so big, but this is like almost it's a basketball court over 1,400 feet in the air.
I'm so afraid of getting close to this.
You're okay. I'll hold you.
This probably makes it worse.
Talk about a job
I know.
down there. They're saying, look at that. How high? Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
Not for me.
How do they do that?
No
What do you think
chance.
buyers would use this for?
Probably exactly what I've used it for, which is, you know, there's a lot of people who've come through who are incredibly wealthy, and so they also are big donors. So they'll do a private fundraiser once a quarter in their own penthouse, right? Do private dinners, like different, I mean, you could do runway shows in here. There's so many things that you can do. You know, I was actually thinking if there's any NBA players that follow you, that are there, if you want to do some fun content and you're in New York City, I'll get a basketball hoop up here and we'll play a game. I think that would be fun. We're also in this apartment, we're above sound.
See what I mean?
So you'll see when we
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
where this starts though.
No, same.
I assumed it was the whole thing, but that'd probably be too many floors.
That's the
wouldn't
anchor above it. What do they call it? The damper.
Counterweight damper. Yeah, I think you're right.
it? Is that what that whole section is? Then?
Probably.
I think it must be, yeah, because I think it's it's got to be the one with all the windows, hasn't it? Below it,
Yeah.
You're probably right about that.
with all
Yeah.
the glass.
I'm sure he said there was an outside space though.
You did say the exterior or something, didn't you?
Yeah.
Well, there is on the right there, isn't there?
Yeah, there is.
Just on the right hand side, the thinner bit.
Yeah.
That's
Looks
what
like
I
a bit of a balcony there.
That's what I thought it was.
We
but
might
I
get
thought
to it if
the-
we keep watching
Yeah.
the video.
we go on the terrace.
There you go.
Noise. You don't hear the hustle and bustle of the street. You don't hear
It's
sirens.
incredible because you have the entire view of Central Park. You could see the Statue of Liberty. You could see basically the entire world from up here. The sound almost dissipates, probably, you know, close to where this is in the top. And you're almost completely insulated from the wind with these.
Every other buyer for this is going to come in and say, where's the doors? Where are the exits? How could somebody come up here and find me, right? They're going to be very nervous and worried about security. And so that's pretty tantamount in this building to protecting whoever this person might be. And like, this is the penthouse. There is a lower duplex that's beneath us, doesn't have the third floor or the outdoor space for the lower price of $175 million. So, you know, every apartment in this building is expensive. There is no one that is buying into this apartment that is making ends meet. And so security is really, really, really important to everybody, and that's probably what they think about first.
So the other great thing about this building is that it comes with state-of-the-art amenities like this incredible gym with extremely tall ceilings. You also have a squash and a basketball court in here. I'm gonna try to make a three-pointer. Every single time I do it, I miss. Oh, man. What is your advice for any young entrepreneurs or real estate agents who want to get into the business?
You just got to get started. I meet so many people who like dip their toe and then take it out, or try real estate for a couple months and then go and do something else because they want the 9 to 5 or they want the paycheck and they want the security. Like, I am a firm believer that anyone can do this business. If we're talking about brokerage, right? Being a real estate developer is a different story. Being an architect, a contractor, there's a lot of different things in the real estate world. But if you want to sell property, anyone can do it. You just have to put in the work, and you have to be willing to also work on yourself. This is a very personal business, right? And so I think you just have to get in, just start, and don't take any days off for the first 3 years. And I think they also have to like and subscribe if they haven't done that already. If you do that, it'll go a long way in your future real estate career.
What's your skincare routine? You got such good skin.
A skincare routine.
Random.
I quite like that guy, to be fair.
Yeah.
The
Which
estate
one?
agent guy.
He was very
Real estate guy.
very well spoken and
Yeah,
sharp.
he was
wasn't
suave,
he?
wasn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, very sort of quite a likable guy, wasn't he? Really knowledgeable and everything.
If you're going to be selling a $250 million house, that's who you want selling it.
The mad thing is if you've got someone who's looking to pay 175 million on the duplex below,
Yeah,
and there's one for 250 million above, if you've got 175, you've got 250.
probably.
Right?
Yeah,
No one's taking the one below unless the one above's gone.
yeah.
Then
Yeah.
you take the one below if you still need that building.
Yes, it's not like someone's going to the bank saying, "I hope I can get an extra 75 mil."
Or you're buying both.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
I wonder if they're
Maybe.
feeling the pinch with all these sanctions against the Russian oligarchs
Possibly.
and things like that.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Because a lot of them,
That would have been definitely owned by the Russians.
Yeah.
Just crazy though, isn't it?
Yeah, amazing apartment that though. Absolutely
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
Need to get in that restaurant though.
Hey?
Definitely going to go. I'm definitely
It's
going to
like your
give it a
mission.
shot. Yeah.
You never know.
Well, I wouldn't bet against it anyway. I wouldn't bet against it.
Someone must know someone, like I said. Brilliant, I enjoyed that.
Yeah, so did
Yeah,
I.
it's really good.
Great little facility.
Yeah.
Very modest. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Cheers, guys.